Hey everybody, Jake here and welcome to the hobby. Boy, do I have a juicy video for you guys today because we are talking about the dirty deets on why you could not find any Pokemon cards on store shelves for frankly the last 6 months. I always knew the reasons in my heart, but I didn't have the numbers to back them up until now. So what happened? The Pokemon Company finally released some updates to their financial figures. These are really important. It says a lot about what happened during the pandemic. I will have a link down in the description for both the Pokemon Company figures as well as Nintendo's financial figures. Thing to note is that the Pokemon Company is not publicly traded. They are a private company, which means they do not have to share any of their financial figures. One of the big reasons why they even tell us any of this information is to really showcase what a strong brand they are. It's just a move to flex among the big brands, and it is really good to have some of these details. So what is it saying? On March 2020, the Pokemon Company stated that they have sold 30.4 billion Pokemon cards thus far. Since they started, that's over the past 21 years. And since then, they've updated those numbers. They are now stating that they have sold 34.1 billion Pokemon cards as of March 2021. So it's in 1 year. If you do the math, that means during the period of the COVID pandemic, from March 2020 to March 2021, the Pokemon Company sold 3.7 billion Pokemon cards. So what does that really mean? The Pokemon Company typically sells around 1.5 billion Pokemon cards per year. If you do the math, you take 30 billion divided across the last 20 years. And that is a pretty huge figure. That means they doubled the amount of sales over the last year, which is honestly something that the Pokemon Company should be praised for. I think that's a huge kudos. I didn't expect them to reach that point. And there's a lot of reason for that. During the COVID pandemic, a lot of printing factories shut down for a month. Trading across countries were halted. There's just a bunch of reasons why it actually doesn't make sense that they were able to sell so many Pokemon cards or even have them in stock. I honestly didn't think that was even possible. So huge kudos for the Pokemon Company for being able to have so many Pokemon cards on store shelves, even available during like a pandemic time. So that's fantastic. If they were able to double their print run for Pokemon cards, why couldn't you find any on store shelves? Well, here's the thing. Supply might have doubled, but demand quintupled for Pokemon cards during the same period of time. Demand completely outstripped supply. It didn't even matter that the Pokemon Company doubled the amount of Pokemon cards they had on store shelves. Demand was so rampant that every single last booster pack on store shelves were sold out well before you could ever reach it. So how do I know that demand quintupled during the pandemic? Honestly, in my heart, I actually believe it's much higher. Based on what I know, I honestly think it's actually 10 times. Demand probably went up tenfold during the pandemic, but that's me talking out of my butt. I can't really prove that. What the numbers show is that demand probably at least quintuple. So here's the thing. We don't actually know how many people collect Pokemon cards. That's not a publicly available figure. I don't think the Pokemon Company knows. They probably have some guesses about how many people purchase Pokemon cards, but it's really hard to nail down how many people purchase Pokemon cards. It's not an easy number to really quantify, but we can infer it by using a lot of other metrics. So it's gonna get pretty nerdy pretty fast. It's already kind of a nerdy video, so get used to it. Let me introduce you to a subreddit, which is r/Pokemon TCG Deals, a subreddit that I use quite often in the past. I've been a member of it. It's a lot of fun, and it's a subreddit that focuses around Pokemon collectors looking to find good deals on Pokemon cards. So if there's a sale on Amazon, if there's a sale on eBay, Best Buy, wherever it is, then members would notify you so that you know, hey, there's a good deal or you can get a discount right now on some Pokemon cards. It was a great way to purchase some Pokemon cards when things were kind of hard or tricky or you just didn't have the money to go around. So here's the thing. the subreddit member count went from 5,000 in March 2020 to 30,000 in March 2021. So if you look at the graph, it's super dramatic how ridiculous of a climb it was during the pandemic period. And it's not just this one subreddit, I'm just using this as an example, but you can use other Pokemon related subreddits and you can see their numbers, all those hills, it's all very similar. You can use other metrics as well. The number of views that Pokemon YouTubers got during this time was so dramatic. Everyone was gaining so many subscribers. There were so many viewers. Everyone was tuning in to the hobby. Discord groups for Pokemon grew so much. There were just so many different communities for Pokemon, and the number of collectors joining in on the conversation just grew so dramatic. Instagram, Twitter, wherever you went, Pokemon, you just couldn't escape from it. It was just so much in the public eye. So I think quintuple was actually a conservative number. But this is where it gets really tricky into why you couldn't find any Pokemon cards on store shelves. So imagine this, there's one person, only one person. We're gonna keep it simple. One person interested in buying Pokemon cards. And there's currently one booster pack of Pokemon card available. That person would pick up that pack and all things are balanced. There are no cards on store shelves, but there's no one looking for cards right now. It's perfectly balanced as all things should be. So what's the big deal? Well, now let's say supply double. Now there's 2 booster packs on store shelves. But here's the thing, there's no longer one person buying those booster packs. Now there's 5. There's 5 people looking to buy booster packs. The first person would buy the first booster pack. The second person would buy the second booster pack. Now you got 3 people and an empty store shelves. They leave disappointed. Next week comes around, stores will restock. So now you got 2 booster packs back on store shelves. You still have 5 people wanting those booster packs. But here's the thing, that first guy that sees those 2 packs available, he's gonna pick them up right away. He's not gonna pick up 1 booster pack, he's gonna pick up 2. So why did he pick up 2? It's because he didn't get any last week. He still remember, last week he went to the store and there were no Pokemon cards on store shelves. He remembers that, and now he's gonna pick up 2, so he has 2. Well, here's the problem. Now, instead of having 3 people without booster packs, now you have 4 people without booster packs. And those 4 people are gonna remember that. Next week, they're gonna want even more. They're gonna want 2 booster packs because they remember last week they couldn't find any, and they don't know when is the next time they're gonna be able to find any on store shelves. So they're gonna pick up more than what they normally would. And you might thinking, well, gee, that sounds a lot like me. Yeah, that's what everyone was thinking. Everyone was thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time. And there were some people that were looking for opportunities, and this is the rise of scalping. That first person who bought those 2 booster packs might think, well, I only want 1 booster pack. I could sell the second booster pack to the other people who wanted those booster packs for a little bit extra. And so, simple as that, that's the rise of scalping. The Pokemon Company did do their best to try to resolve this issue. Doubling supply in a year is actually pretty dramatic. Most companies do not see that level of gains within a year. The Pokemon Company, I think, did a really good job, but they were stuck between a rock and a hard place. There was just no easy solution to it. It's not so easy as just printing more cards. I could easily see the Pokemon Company printing now 5 booster packs. And now there's enough booster packs for everyone. But next week, instead of 5 people buying booster packs, you might have 4 or 3, and suddenly they have an overstock of Pokemon cards, and they don't want that either. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see where things go from here. It finally sort of all makes sense to me when the numbers click together. This was just a piece that I was missing. We just didn't know how much Pokemon card supply was out there. So now it sort of makes sense to me that demand really was completely outstripping supply. And I hope this was a bit insightful to you on what happened during the COVID period. And honestly, this could be something that happens again in 20 years, maybe 10 years. We just don't know. Depends. Maybe we'll have another pandemic. Is there another reason why the Pokemon Company might see a massive rush in demand or a huge fall in supply? We don't know. But it really is as simple as these market forces. It wasn't so much that the scalpers started it. The scalpers were simply another cog in the wheel. They weren't the one that started it, they were just opportunistic. And honestly, I don't think scalping is going to be something that's going to be long-term with Pokemon cards. I think within the next 5 to 6 months, scalpers in the Pokemon community is pretty much going to be completely extinct. So it's going to be interesting to see if my prediction comes true or not. But yeah, I hope this was fun. It was really insightful to me. It was sort of like a little brainiac moment when the light bulb finally light up, and it was pretty interesting. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.